Hello beautiful beings, I'm Taryn Nightingale and I help people awaken to their true selves through practical tips, life experience and unconditional love. So you clicked on this video because you want to know what are the 2 things you must know and understand and get to grow and expand spiritually. And when you expand spiritually, your human nature and your humanness is going to expand too. So let's get right into it. And if you haven't yet, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and also hit the notification button. You know why. So beautiful beings, in this video, I need you to remember 2 things. Number 1, spirituality is easy. It's simple, it's uncomplicated, it is simple. But we, with our minds, have a tendency to complicate things. The mind makes things complicated. The mind wants reasons, answers, solutions, explanations. And then secondly, because we're using our mind, because we're using reason and logic as our form of communication in this reality, in this time space that we've created, I'm going to present you with some concepts just to lead you into spirituality. So now, important thing to note is that the beauty of a principle should be able to be applied across the spectrum. And that means here on this planet, in other dimensions, if it's a spiritual principle, if it's a universal principle, it should be able to be applied universally. So let's get into this and let's see how this content evolves, because who knows, maybe in 20 years time, everything I'm saying here is absolute BS. But right now, for you watching this, for you listening to this, this is exceptionally relevant. So let's get into it. So the first thing you have to understand is the notion of perspective. Now, I'm going to explain to you what perspective really is. In dictionary terms, in simple terms, we understand perspective to be a particular way of viewing or experiencing something. And if we just make it like basic, simple, it's a point of view. That's how the dictionary defines it. It is a point of view. Let me explain. So if we have, I have to go this way because I'm right-handed. If I draw this over here, this lovely little, you can see that, right? Yeah, you can see that. So if you look from this angle, this looks like it could be an E, right? But if I take this from this angle, so from where you're looking at it, it looks like it could be an E, and we could maybe write the word energy, right? Just for example. If we took that and we flipped it and we made it like that, then it doesn't look like an E anymore. What does it look like? It looks like a 3, right? And if we flip that and we flip it this way, what does it look like? It could look like someone's butt, or it could look like an M, right? And if we flip it even more and we go this way, we go this way, it looks like a W. So that is amazingly interesting, right? So if I'm standing here, it looks like an E. If I'm standing over here, it looks like from this perspective, it looks like an M. From this perspective, it looks like a 3. And if I stand and I look at it from this perspective, it looks like it could be an E, a W, or someone's butt. That's perspective. But this thing hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all. It is completely the same thing that I drew. I didn't draw anything else. It's still the same E from this side that I perceived, right? And what's funny, when I look at it in the camera, it looks like a 3, but when I look at it over here, I see an E. So this video is like kind of tripping me out. Okay, so that's perspective, a point of view. So now that we understand perspective, we need to understand perception. So in psychological terms, perception is referred to as the way sensory information is organized, interpreted, and experienced. And psychologically, they speak about bottom up perception and top down perception. Bottom up perception speaks of us taking outside external sensory information, and then that is how we use that external information to perceive our reality. Top down, so in the same way, top down perception works where we work with how our own experiences, our knowledge, and our thoughts interprets that is experienced. So it works with the external stimuli and then also how we internally interpret the external. So what happens when you go through a spiritual awakening is your external stimuli, if you're like me, you're going to start seeing some weird things. You're going to start experiencing things that are very external, that are not just functioning here. And so that influences your perception, but also your thoughts and your experience, your own knowledge and your understanding also influences what you are perceiving. So perception is when someone is standing over here, a dude is standing over there, and a chickie is standing over there, and then someone is standing upside down over there, and then someone is standing over there. So that we know is their point of view of this thing. But then what's happening is they've got stuff that's going on in their head. You know, so he's got a bigger head. I'm going to make his head bigger so that you can see. But then he's got stuff that's going on in his head, which are his experiences and his thoughts and his knowledge that influence how he perceives. So that's his eye. It's like a really big eye. How he perceives what this thing is, right? So that's his perception. But maybe because he's standing in this perspective, the what's also influencing that perception is how he's viewing this E. He's seeing more of a concave than a convex situation, whereas this person standing over here, they're seeing more convex, so that's also influencing their perception. So let's just recap. Perspective is the point of view, so it doesn't change what's in the middle. Perception is how then, from that person's perspective, they are experiencing, interpreting, and organizing what they see from that, or what they're perceiving, which is influenced by the thing itself that they're perceiving, and also the experiences, thoughts, and knowledge. So what's going on internally that they are then looking at. So the beautiful thing about this is the universe, right? This is the universe. Yeah, so I'm going to make that a nice big circle. This is what we've got. We've got the universe. And then we've all got this universe that we are then perceiving from different perspectives. And this goes deeper, and I'm going to take it deeper in the next video, because I want to keep it simple, because then there's the idea that we're separate from the universe, but we're not separate, but we'll leave that for another video. So then we've got this universe, and here you are, and you're looking at it from all these different perspectives, and because of what you're seeing, you're perceiving it differently, and because of what goes on in your head and your knowledge and your experiences, what's going on here, you also perceive it differently. So no one on the planet has the same perspective, the viewpoint, and perception that you have. So this is how we have billions of people all experiencing the same thing differently. It's also how you change your reality. So when you decide, I'm going to stop coming from this point of view, and I'm going to walk to this point of view where I'm happier, and I'm going to start seeing things differently. Then what you perceive of that world also changes. So you've changed your perspective. So now your perception changes because now what you're seeing is different. But you still may have the same experiences and thoughts and knowledge. So you're still perceiving whatever you're perceiving from whatever your perception is here. So perspective can help you experience reality differently. But your perception, when it comes from internal, so the top-down perceptions are top-down, so from your mind, that is still going to be active. And to really change how you experience reality would be then to change perspective and also work on the perception itself. For example, you can come from a perception where you perceive, if you perceive love in everything, you perceive love in everything. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You'll see different stuff, right? But because you've got love here and you are going to see love everywhere. And in the same vein, if you have hate and you change your perspective, you'll start perceiving, you'll start seeing different things, but you're still going to see hate because your perception is still one of hate. So to really switch and experience your reality completely differently, maybe the best thing to do is to start here with your actual perception. So from right where you are. Then it doesn't matter where you move. It really doesn't matter where you move. You are always going to end up experiencing what's going on in your head and heart. But we'll talk more about that as we go along. Anyway, beautiful beings, so the point of this was for you to understand that when you have a different point of view, it's because you have a different point of view. So you're seeing things from a different angle. You're looking at the E over here from this side, and maybe someone else is looking at the E from this side. And then on top of it, the way you're perceiving it, the way you're interpreting and experiencing and understanding what you're perceiving is because you're looking at it from a different viewpoint, one. And then secondly, because your experiences, your thoughts, and your knowledge have influenced that. Now, this becomes super important as you go on your spiritual journey, because as everything deepens, and I'm going to talk about this more, I'm going to use the same concept. As everything deepens, you start realizing, oh, but this is very two-dimensional, what I'm doing. Even though we're doing 3D, yeah, I'm not working with a 3D image. So if we were to stand here, like on top, like if I was here, like this the top of this pen was representing the higher perspective, I'd be looking and I'd have a bird's eye view. So I'd be able to see all of this, right? Like all of this magic down here. But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff happening beneath that and behind and around that we can't see? Getting into a lot more juicy stuff, but we'll be discussing more of that as time goes by, beautiful beings. Now what I'd like you to do is please comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and tell me what you thought about this video. Did this shift your perspective? Are you perceiving things kind of differently? Do you have more understanding of the terms perspective and perception? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to have. I'd be keen to explore more of them. And I am so happy. Thank you for the exquisite pleasure of me spending my time with you. And as always, beautiful beings, as always. I wish you love. I got a little lost there. Bye, beautiful beings.